Drone Seekers are live.
Hello.
We're all an hour late.
Mr. Frozen, welcome. We're an hour late. You know why? It's all my fault. Welcome to another Sunday show. And with no further ado, it's Jackie and Terry and Marcus. Right, we've got quite a bit to get through tonight, so we better crack on. Right, so we've got a special guest. Of course, we've got a special guest. Who is it? Anyone know? No one knows.
I know.
Let's welcome this week's Drone Seekers live show special guest.
Yes, and joining us here is Mr. Marco Moore. A big cheers. Right, welcome back to Marco.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
It's quite a while before we looked at the list and went, well, who haven't been on here lately?
Yeah. That guy.
You're up for it again. Yeah.
Whose turn is it? Yeah.
And a quick hello to who we got here? Lauren, Brian, John, Facebook user. Hello, John, Facebook user.
Me.
It's you.
Kim.
And Kim. Hi, Kim.
Hey, Kim.
Right, okay.
Hello.
Well, we got loads. Well,
Hey,
there you go.
Kim, when are you releasing your movie? Hurry up, Kim.
We have a secret. We are launching it today.
Oh,
Yeah.
you couldn't have queued that better if you planned it.
Well, we
There you
did
go.
say to Tim we'd be quiet, Steve.
Yeah, we did say Kim would be quiet. So I didn't say that at all, Jackie. And no one heard, including Kim, who's on it.
Hi, Facebook user.
Oh, we've let the cat out of the bag. There we are. But
Oh,
anyway.
that's why they don't tell me any secrets.
Oh, dear. Don't tell Jackie any secrets. So,
No.
well, I suppose realistically, on that note, I suppose we better play this video.
Well, I was 384th Bomb Group, and it was stationed at Grafton Underwood, England. And that was a little town about 90 degrees, about 90 miles north of London.
Now, here are the ground people. God bless the ground people. But nevertheless, they were going to go home. And they had all the local girls all tied up because they were there every night. And they got fresh eggs.
Okay, fellas, roll out. We have race this morning. Next half an hour. Captain Kirk, Captain Thompson, Lieutenant Booster, Ackerson, Holloway, and Harker scheduled at 5. Snap it up.
Sometimes I don't think little Jerry's got proper respect for us.
Well, what do you expect, Buster, the way you shoot?
Yeah, look who's talking. You could hit a cow in the flank with a bolt head.
Yeah, how about those two Jerrys I slapped down on this way?
Here we are.
That was
Good show.
excellent.
Kim, I'll tell you, honestly, that is just a very, very small snippet of it. It's about 42 minutes long, and it's so informative. Please watch it after the show.
Absolutely.
That's it's on Kim Discovering History. I've got that right, Kim, I hope.
Yeah.
But Kim, you've done a cracking job there. Thanks very much for sharing it with us, and thanks for letting us, launch it for you. So, here we are.
Oh, check that out after the show.
I'm sure that's going to get a lot of hits.
I'll check my
I'm sure it's
messages.
going to get a lot of hits. Marcus, perhaps you put the link on there for anyone who wants to.
Yeah, I'll dig it up here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kim Discovering History, and Kim's on here somewhere. He's probably sitting there going, "Oh, that's my video."
Gary's ticking. Poor
It-
Gary, he's eating his watch.
Oh yeah, Gary, very time consuming. I saw that.
I've got your message, Gary. I'll look at it later.
It could be a drone joke. Remember we said we wanted a drone joke, didn't we?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
If I look at it now, then I'll get loads of feedback, and I can't turn off the
I like Terry's jokes.
It's always him, isn't it? Always.
Yeah, so there we are. As Kim says, as soon as I finish the shows, it will be live, and it's all filmed in 4K, and it's so informative. It's very moving. It's a very well done piece of work, Kim. So hats off to you on that one.
You've had a sneak preview, have you, Steve?
I'll just.
I watched all of it.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, Marcus.
Well, I was going to say, I'll just put the link to Kim's channel on there.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Will it work on my black and white TV? I haven't got 4K.
It looked good in black and white. It looked like back in the war.
I used to wonder if you could actually pour paint in the back of a black and white TV to make it colour, but it didn't work.
It's a colour recording. It was just the world was black and white back then.
It was black.
Well, there was no COVID, was there, Jackie?
No.
We had a good day out, didn't we, on Thursday?
Yeah, we went on
to a fabulous site, Calablanca, down on the
National Park.
On the national park. It was fabulous. Really was very good. Hi, Jeannie.
Yeah,
Jeannie's in.
Yeah.
So what have you been up to, DeMarco, since we last saw you?
Let's see. Well, we were just talking about this. I am finally selling 2 drones. I'm selling my Mavic 2 Zoom and my Mavic Air.
Why?
I had just too many drones to fly. I had Marcus knows. I had
Worst problems.
I had Autel Evo. I had the Mavic 2 Zoom. I had the Mavic Air. I had the Mavic Air 2. It was
what's in the box?
Uh-oh.
I got so many, I can't even unbox them.
Oh my god!
Send them over here. Send them over here.
Yes, send them to me. Look.
I was going to say, I'll give you my return address.
I was thinking
Look, I'm ready to catch.
DeMarco, I mean, have you got a Skydio 2 then, or?
What was that? I'm sorry?
Have you got a Skydio 2?
No, I don't have a Skydio 2. I would like that though, but I think I'm gonna wait for the Skydio 3.
Well, a good point to make there is there are people that DeMarco and I both know that ordered the Skydio 2 last November.
I
still haven't got their drone for a number of reasons. Skydio was slow to get their production ramped up, but then on top of that, COVID. So the Skydio 3, gosh, who knows when we'll see that?
If because they're from what I've heard, Marcus. I don't know if you guys have heard this too. Skydio's getting into not the military market. What's it called?
Well, commercial market with regard
so
to bridge inspections, but they're also getting into the military market.
Yeah.
Both. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But no, I was So I'm.
Hey, I see. I got to acknowledge. I see. Mid Valley Drones is in the house.
Oh, Ronnie, you've got a T-shirt as well. Wow.
T-shirt as well. We all get one.
I like the logo.
Where's Mid Valley Drones and Marcus?
That's Stephen Fox. He's in Texas.
Oh, welcome, Stephen from Texas.
Yeah.
We got Daytona. We got Texas. We're getting outnumbered, Jackie.
I know. The Americans are taking over.
DeMarco, I thought you were a man of style and quality. Auto Evo drone.
It's funny you actually say that though, because the Auto Evo, that was my Father's Day gift last year. So since then, I bought 4 more drones like it. So when I was listing my Mavic Air and my Mavic 2 Zoom on eBay, my wife walked in and said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Oh, I'm selling a drone." And then that just started there. "Oh, wait, you gonna sell the one we got from Father's Day?" And I said, "No, I'm selling another one." "When'd you get that one?"
Selling drones you didn't know existed.
But wait. So I'm selling the Mavic 2 Zoom and Mavic Air, and I bought a Mavic 2 Pro. So we stepped up the sensor size. Michael Wright, who won the Mavic 2 Pro at this year's Spin Up, that's what I bought from him.
So you didn't consider buying the Auto Evo 2 then?
You know what? Okay. Since I own the Evo and I've owned the Mavic 2, both of the cameras are great. The big difference is, in fact, Ron's going to find out too. He's got an Evo too. The big difference is between the Autel and the Mavics is the flying characteristics. The Mavic flies so smooth, and the Evo is jumpy. I mean, it's just a huge difference. I mean, so if I get the 2, I probably won't get it for a year or 2 from now. You know, once they've stepped up their firmware just a little bit. So.
Gary says, "Does your mission know about the Mavic 2 Pro?" Don't be silly, Gary. Of course you don't.
Oh, look at this! It's just turned up.
Hey, what's funny about it too is like all the cases I hear. Now I've actually told her, but like she doesn't listen to me. You know, so I said, "Hey,
fair enough."
She doesn't care at all. Yeah. So
Gary. I learned something today about the Autel. I think it was the Autel. Yeah. Apparently, it hasn't got the same kind of geofencing restrictions that the DJI drones have got.
That's why people a lot of commercial people will use the Autel Evo for that exact reason, Jackie.
Yeah. So Jackie, that's the reason why I haven't listed mine yet, though. I mean, so I took pictures of them all, but the Autel Evo, I think I'm gonna hold on to it because it's got no geofencing. I mean, not that I'm trying to get in trouble or anything, no, but like I live around airports and all that stuff.
When you're trying to do something sensible.
Yeah. That's it.
Well, so there's a point to be made there. So what happens here in the United States is DeMarco and I, we can fly in restricted areas. We just need to go to a website. They call it Lance approval. And we can get FAA automated approval to fly in a restricted area. The complaint that people have with DJI drones is then you also have to unlock the geofence on the drone to fly there. So say you're somebody shooting commercial real estate, you're in a restricted area, you get approval through the FAA Lance system, but you still can't unlock your drone because DJI's system gets messed up.
Yeah, right.
And that's why they have Autel or they use Parrot and Afi. There's a lot of alternatives.
Just need to bring it out in another color, don't they, other than orange?
Well, the simple way around it, Jackie, is just to get one of these vinyl skins and just make it.
Yeah, true.
But Jackie, here, I'll tell you this: like once it gets up in the air, like I mean, you can't even see it. You know, people are on it. Once it gets up so far, I mean, you can't see it.
You're supposed to be able to see it. It's called line of sight, you know.
Yeah, you're supposed to be able to see it.
Because we all stick to line of sight on this show, don't we?
Yes. Except when we're actually looking at the screen.
I suppose the theory is you can turn around and say, well, someone could see it.
And that's why I said to Jackie when my Cinewoop went and done a runner, I can see it. Can you, Jackie? No.
I think it landed at that point.
Did you know drone seeking? I ran into an interesting guy this morning. He's new to drones with an Air 2. He told me that he couldn't fly at home because he was close to the airport.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
We don't want that guy flying that close to the airport. But next comment there. That is the one I think justified complaint that people have. Anybody can go buy one of those drones and they don't know the regs.
Well, yeah.
I was going to say that, yeah, but I thought, no, I'm probably seeing Jackie soon, and I'd get a smack.
Marcus is right too, because I have an old neighbor who bought a Mavic Pro just to use it for hunting, and he's gonna set it up there and look for deer and know where to walk. And he knew nothing about the regulations, and I tried to tell him, hey man, you got to read up on this because you can get a fine for this pretty seriously. And it was just shot over his head on. He never knew anything about flying near an airport or anything.
Okay.
We've got new European-wide regulations and restrictions coming out December the 31st, which I think will make good, interesting reading. So, but there's nothing about registering or paying for a license. As far as
So we haven't got to do anything then.
At the moment, no. But
at the moment, yeah.
The European thing.
So what are the highlights, Terry? Do you know?
Well, I tried to read it this afternoon, Marcus, but it was the official thing from the European Council, and it was far, far too complex. So I'm waiting now for it to be condensed, and then I can put it out and see what it says.
Yeah.
But it looks okay, to be quite honest. It looks, and what they've done, it appears that they've done it European wide. So
which is awesome. That's great. Yeah.
It is. If that's the case, if I've read it right, it seems to be okay.
Well, and then like regulations aren't always a bad thing. It's like Lauren was talking about in Canada. He can fly more places than ever now. Everybody was just crying gloom and doom when they came out with their new regs. All you have to do is take a test and you have way more, you can fly way more places than you ever could. So hopefully that'll be the case in the U.S.
I get the feeling, though, that people are becoming more aware of the ability of drones and what drones can do and how you can do it and all the rest of it, how good they're going to be. And I think that the regulations, although complicated, are starting to relax slightly. People are less scared of the fact that you've got an unmanned aircraft flying around.
Right.
And they're starting now, I think, to see some of the good. I saw on the news the other day where they're exercising with drones to carry blood samples and things like that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Drones. And I thought, wow, it's a good start.
I mean, I think the thing is, in some respects, using drones for commercial use, in some ways it will work, like you were just saying, Terry, but I just can't ever see this Amazon thing happening. I really can't.
No.
I can't see logistically how it would work. Imagine the sky.
Certain situations, Steve, I'll bet you they're going to be, it won't be like everything you get from Amazon delivered by a drone. But I am willing to bet that things like medications or smaller items,
they'll
figure out a way to do that, to set it on your, drop it on your front porch or whatever.
I could just imagine a drone landing in someone's garden and someone thinking, oh, a drone. I got myself a new drone. Thanks, Amazon.
I suspect what it'll be, Steve, is when you know that you ordered something, and if it's a drone delivery, it's going to be something that's going to be delivered within hours, right?
Yeah.
From a local warehouse or a local node. So
yeah,
when you know you're having something delivered, I'm willing to bet you'll have to put like a landing pad or something like that out on your.
Oh my God!
I'm not living in a block of flats.
Barcode or something that the drone recognizes. And
well, you know what Amazon will do, don't you? They will sell do-it-yourself landing strips.
Yeah. Well, Marcus, but here's okay. So if you live out in the suburbs like we do, I think it'd be fine because I can put a landing strip in the backyard. But if you live in the city, in a multi-unit building, what are you going to do?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, good point. Can't have that problem in your
they
backyard.
probably won't be delivering by drone to places like that.
Yeah.
Exactly
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Yep.
Gary says, won't register, fly again. You still fly, Gary.
I can see Gary's point there as well, because like the Italians, apparently, according to one of these chaps, they're selling so many privileges to allow you to fly, and they're just making more and more money out of it. And I agree with Gary there.
I think the idea of the whole thing of registration, to be fair, because there's so many problems with it, flying around airports and whatever. That they think, oh no, if we get everyone to register, they'll only register people will actually fly, which is really not going to happen, is it? Because let's face it, people break the law, are hardly going to register and fly the flag, aren't they? Oh, look at me, look. Oh, yes, that was my drone flying over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's up to you. I mean, the thing is if it's the only way, if I went out flying, no doubt, the first time I went out flying without registration, Mr. Policeman would be round the corner waiting for me. So for £9 a year, I've got nothing to hide. I don't care. I mean, Gary says he's a principal, and I quite agree. He is a principal. But, hey,
Did you guys see what Brian said?
Brian.
Drone seekers. It's funny.
Scoot shooting. Excellent. I bet people will, though.
Yeah, but those trousers don't fit me.
So you follow screwdriver. I'm trying what Steve.
Oh, he sent me a pen as well. So he's talking about this pen, and it unscrews the top.
Wow.
It's got a level.
Very James Bond, isn't it?
Yeah.
Don't tell everyone, we all want one, Mid-Valley drones.
That's the thing, Stephen. Now everybody in here is going to want one.
Yeah.
So anyone want a free pen or a T-shirt?
Hey, what about you guys? Has anybody stepped up to the Mavic Air 2 yet, or?
Mavic Air 2, Mark.
No.
Terry's thinking about it, I think.
No, not yet. I'm going down to. Oh yeah, sorry, the Mavic Air 2. Yeah, I am. I'm waiting to the new year though.
Yeah.
And then if they bring a new one out or a better level.
I'm getting a Skydio 2 whenever Marcus arrives.
Yeah, that's Jackie's next go-to drone.
Yeah.
Marcus doesn't know it.
What I see from your Facebook page, like you're pretty active, so like you would use it a lot, right? I'm guessing riding bikes and in the water. Yeah.
He's much too active, believe me.
Now watch out. I'm not sure if you know though, but Marcus probably knows this better than I do, but they put out a warning about using that over water, didn't they, Marcus?
Well,
yeah, we know something about it.
Yeah.
Women start.
Jackie and water do not go together.
Oh,
No.
So if you had an Auto Evo and landed in the water, you could see we were living in the orange submarine, couldn't you?
Yeah.
But you'd have to have Moroccan script on it as well.
Yeah. Please return to Backpack Jackie. He says it's Morocco.
Well, here I tell you this: with my Autel, back in July, they actually put out a new app for it. So they told you to delete the old app and to download the new one. So I did it. After a while, I did it, and it was awful. It was awful. Like I kept losing connection 600 feet away, and it happened multiple times. And then just recently, they just I think maybe a month ago, they actually updated the app and I fixed all the bugs too. But mean, for a couple of months, it was unflyable pretty much.
Right. So I noticed on Facebook someone was talking about the Mavic Mini, that they couldn't get no more than about 600 yards or 600 meters or whatever.
Well, I don't know about that. I flew mine over 3 kilometers away. So.
Yeah, what I was going to say, because that's what made me think about it. Because I mean, there's obviously a problem there. I mean, I don't know what the problem was. He's saying that he's tried several times, but all he can do is get any further than 600 meters. He starts getting to break up or whatever. And for your 3 kilometers away, Marcus, I mean, you still had a signal, a good signal, did you?
Yeah, well, I had a good signal up to about 2.5 kilometers. So from 2.5 kilometers on out, I would lose. FPV would fade in and fade out. Now, I will also say that where I was at, I also had some terrain that was kind of blocking too. So if I'd have had, I think, clear terrain, it's just amazing Wi-Fi on that thing. Now that said, Steve, there are also 2 different versions of that. There's the CE version and the FCC version. Right. And of course, in the US, we get the FCC version, which has a more powerful signal. Now, there's big rumors out right now, and I hope so. I kind of doubt it, but I hope so. The Mavic Mini 2, they're saying, is going to have OcuSync 2. And I'm hearing that from more and more people that are kind of in the know. So
I like that rumor.
Yeah, I know. Who knows? But
I wouldn't go back to Wi-Fi again. That's why it dropped.
Sleep on the couch.
All right,
Jackie on the Mini. Yeah.
Because your X drone, as it were. I mean, that was Wi-Fi, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's it, and that's why.
I mean, you had a range extender on that. How far did you fly?
When I first got it, the Spark, it flew miles, and then suddenly it stopped flying miles, and I was not being able to fly it really far at all. Yeah. And I got DJI help, and they told me to change the frequency or something, and I did that, and it improved it a bit. I got range extenders, and it improved it a bit more. But then when it flew away, it was just in ATI mode.
No, there's loads out, Bernie, with hundreds of them looking at us. Out there now.
Hey, Jackie, so I have a feeling with your drone, there was more to it. There was a problem. Something was degrading over time.
Because it definitely changed when I owned it. Definitely, it just got worse and worse.
And electronics will do that. They can degrade over time, and then it finally gave up the ghost. So.
I don't like flying. Everything mechanical fails eventually.
Yeah. I've got a question for you, Marcus. Do you use the audio recording on your I forgot what it is. Hang on this.
The smart controller?
On the smart controller, yeah.
No, it's not by choice because it sucks.
It's awful.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I wanted to do a commentary, and it was awful.
Yeah.
I did research it to put an external mic on it, but I don't think it's worth it, to be quite honest. But it was awful.
Yeah, your iPhone does a wonderful audio recording, but that smart controller, it's horrible.
Well, that's my question. Thank you.
I wouldn't go back to it, but it was a good first drone.
I think the Spark. I think the Spark was over designed to be like a pocket flying camera, was it?
Yeah, it was a selfie drone, wasn't it? That's how it was.
Yeah.
And that's how I think that's how they portrayed the adverts to it. They didn't have you show it sort of like, look, you can fly up to that mountain and back. It just said like, they can do this, do that. So it is what it is. I think if you want.
You had some fun with it, though, Jackie, didn't you?
Oh, God, yeah.
The other thing about the Spark is it was very sensitive to temperature, to heat in particular. The Spark could overheat fairly easily.
Because it probably had a small fan on it. The cooling fan probably wasn't big enough, wasn't apt enough to do it, especially in Spain, of course, when you got hot weather. We know anything. I mean, heat and circuitry just doesn't really go together, does it?
It doesn't like metal either. Get interference, wouldn't it? So
DeMarco, do you actually? I mean, what sort of weather do you get in your neck of the woods? I mean, I'm guessing you get sort of quite hot weather, do you? Or?
Oh yeah. We have a hot summer too. In fact, the temperature just dropped here. So last Monday and Tuesday it was in the 80s, low 80s.
I mean, do you get
until now it's been in the 50s and raining. So
do you get extremes? Do you get snow and bad? You get
just a little bit. And the reason why I'm laughing is like we actually moved here from Michigan, and we would get pounded with feet of a lot of snow. And we moved here. And I sold my big snowblower, and like when we first moved there, the neighbors were like, "Oh, look at the snow!" And I'm like, "Snow!" And I look outside, and it's just a dust thing. Yeah, we get hardly anything here. I do get all 4 seasons though, but they aren't as harsh. Yeah, that's it.
I mean, what about you, Marcus? We were talking before you come on, actually, Marcus, regarding distance between you and DeMarco. DeMarco guessed the distance about 700. He said you're 3 states away, and he read about 700 miles.
Oh, it's at least 3 states away, isn't it? I'd have to go count it.
And then DeMarco. Then he did a quick calculation and actually worked out you're 1,500 miles away.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I was going to say double that.
Yeah. I was off a little bit. Just a little.
But he said when the COVID-19's out, he's gonna come knock on your door and go flying into the snake
Cool.
Mid-Valley Drones has got an adapter for his smart controller. Which may be
that was
yeah. Oh,
there you go.
So which adapter have you got?
Yeah, share the news with us, and then we can then Terry will go out and buy one. No, Marcus, Jackie won't ain't got a smart controller. Neither will I, 'cause I haven't.
No, Marcus, I tell you, if that's true about AccuSync, I will hit the buy button for that. I will, but if it's just a regular Wi-Fi drone, I won't probably.
Yeah, I mean, who really knows? But there sure are a lot of rumors about it now, and boy, that would definitely knock it out of the park, and they'd sell a gazillion of them.
Yeah.
What about you, Jackie? Are you getting a mini or Terry? Steve?
No, I'm quite happy with my Platinum, but like I say, I'm waiting for the Skydio to arrive.
Yeah.
I know
Me too.
Marcus is looking for it.
He's digging through his drone.
Oh my God!
We're all waiting with bated breath to see what's he got there.
In about 3 years' time, Jackie, you'll be
saying, there it is.
Oh,
Skydio.
If you just lower it down, now Jackie's got it. He's just the flyby guys. Flyby guys. Good name. I like that. Flyby guys.
Yeah.
Hey, they're the guys that invented the drone that was a bathtub, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Was it?
Yeah, I'm sure it was them. They did the drone I want. The one that you sit in the bath.
Ah, right.
Tell me if I'm right. Come on,
we went down
guys.
to the baker shop and bought cakes and then flew the bathtub back.
That's it. Yeah, I'm sure it's them.
He's saying no.
Can you send the bathtub?
I'll do someone else then.
The bathtub. No. I was going to say, can you send the bathtub?
Like
Jackie.
flybys, but oh well. Something else, I guess.
Yes.
No.
That was A2 license. That's I forgot his name. Tell me your name. Put me out in misery. It's yes. He's on Facebook.
Facebook user.
Yeah, it's I forgot his name. Oh, how embarrassing. Yes, just passed his A2 license. I'm sure he'll put his name on here a bit so I know what it is.
Oh.
No.
No, guys.
Yeah, you need a warehouse, Marcus, yeah, or Jackie's basement. We're a drone service provider in Helsinki.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Luke, that's it.
It's Luke.
Well, sorry, Luke. Sorry, I'd forgotten your name. He doesn't live 1,000 miles away from me. Well, he's probably about 50 miles away from me. I think I'm sure it's Luke. But anyway, yeah, congratulations on that, Luke. That's an achievement. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the fly-by-nights didn't invent the bath then?
No, they're not the
Or
bathtub guys. I can't remember the name of the
So a
bathtub.
drone service provider in Helsinki.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, there we are. So
We
very
are
much in
so
Helsinki.
international, aren't we?
Do you know what?
Yeah.
I actually got. I've got a bit of a moan with DJI actually. I bought a set of, because obviously with any drone, there's lots and lots of different size screws. Okay. Now, when you take a drone apart, it's all very well thinking, right, that screw goes here, that screw goes there. But anyway, I bought a whole set of screws, every single screw in a Mavic 2 Zoom.
Right.
So I contacted DJI. I said, look, I've got a bit of an issue. I've got all these packs with all these numbers on, but they don't actually tell you where they go. They're just part numbers. So could you please provide me with where all these part numbers go? And they said, no.
Oh.
So I said, well, thank you very much for your help. Much appreciated. And they said, it's our pleasure. They understand sarcasm when they get it. So I thought, so well, DJI, do you know what? I might buy an auto. I was a bit different. So anyway, don't worry, DJI, because I worked out myself. I didn't need your brain. But I thought, it would have saved me. Well, look, you're in Berry Island, Ipswich. You should do a fly, fella. There they go. We're going to go flying. We will go flying, Luke. Yep, Luke. We're going to go flying in the Orwell Bridge.
Excellent.
Steve, I'm thinking about your issue with the screws and stuff. There may be method to DJI's madness on that. They may just not want their competition to know how things go together, right? I mean, not that your competition, but
they don't know that.
Well,
yeah, right. Maybe they're afraid to release that kind of stuff.
Well, the thing is, all I was asking is, I mean, I've got a pack. I bought a whole set. I mean, you can buy them off, I guess, on their website. It's a whole pack. And inside the pack, there's like loads of small packs with like a part number.
Yeah, you'd think they could tell you that, huh?
All I wanted to know is what screws went here and there. I mean, I can't imagine someone thinking, okay, so I've got all the screws to a Mavic 2 Zoom, so now I know how to make one, because I'm sure.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think it just,
You're not a brain surgeon, isn't it?
Yeah. But anyway, it doesn't matter, because I rebuilt Mavic 2 Zoom number 2, and Mavic 2 Zoom is still not working properly.
Wow.
But well, the drone's working okay. It's unfortunately the gimbal's got an issue. It's not, you know, when it does this little dance at the beginning, which does a very weird dance. It does a dance backwards and forwards, and it just goes. So I think I've got a dud gimbal there somewhere. But
which one? Mavic 2 Zoom 1.
I've taken up with the company and just said, well, I wanted to know, you see, before I took the camera out of the one that you had, Terry, and put it into Mavic 2 Zoom 2, and it functioned fine. So I know the drone's okay, it's just the gimbal. So there we are. Gary says super glue and duct tape.
Yeah. Duct tape, mate. That's what the Lion cares.
What funky duct tape?
Yeah.
Anyway, time's getting on, and I did promise our friend Ross, who's in Queensland, Australia, because last time I think we showed some videos and one of them was wrong, so I thought we'd just show this one for him.
Cool.
Yeah. Well done, Ross. Another quality video. I mean, Ross comes out with some really great videos, and I just love to watch them all. Great music. Roscoe's Drone Zone. He's probably not watching unless he's probably taking his wife to work. Then he's probably sitting there, a cup of coffee, just something like that. I don't know what time he's Australia now. I've lost count now. But 5, 6, I don't know.
Ross is
early in the morning, put it that way. So yeah, welcome, well done, Ross.
Video, Ross.
I thought Gary would like that because it's all filmed on the Autel Evo 2.
He has the Pro too. He has the Autel Evo 2 Pro. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'm sure that's what he said when he was on the show, wasn't it? But yeah, no, great videos. So yeah, there we are. So just keep posting the videos, and you never know, you might find up on here. Because I mean, we showed Steve Deers last week, and Steve said, "Well, thanks for showing the video." I said, he wasn't here, but he was. Lauren made a good point. He said when disassembling a drone, I'll keep the muffin chains to keep the screws stored. The problem was, Lauren, I wasn't actually disassembling it. I'd actually bought like part of a drone. I was rebuilding it, getting all the bits and put them back inside again.
Hey, Lauren is who you need to ask if he's seen any snow. I guarantee you. I guarantee you they got buried up there in Calgary. Buried.
I bet.
Yeah, actually, was something on Facebook with Lauren. I'm sure it was actually clearing the snow. I don't know if it was recently. I'm sure it was recently. So, yeah. There we are. Right. So, what's... I mean, do you get flying then, DeMarco? Do you get flying very much then? Or?
Not as much as Marcus, I'll tell you that much.
We all know that Marcus goes there every day.
I try. I do.
I probably get out once, maybe twice a week. Once, maybe twice a week. By the time we get home from work, kids get all put to bed. Friday evenings, I'll go out, and then Sunday mornings I'll go out too if I can. Yeah.
I mean, what about you, Jackie? Apart from when you actually go to Spanish Drone Seekers, do you actually go flying on your own, or I know you go out?
Yeah, I go out with my hiking friends, or I go out with Terry, and we'll go and do a little bit of filming. But I probably only film about once a week would be quite a lot. I'd probably film about once a fortnight, I suppose.
Yeah.
Hey, so while we're on the subject, Jackie, I just loved your last video. You are so creative. I'm not trying to. I'm just telling you, it's always such a joy to watch your videos. Always.
Oh, thank you.
Well, Jackie, we always say that you actually put, every video you bring out, you obviously have some maybe it just comes natural, but you all seem to put sort of thought into what you're going to do, and it all seems to work. I'm sure it's not just a coincidence. I mean, DeMarco, have you watched many of Jackie?
Oh yeah, I've seen Jackie videos, and even how we're watching Ross's video a minute ago.
Yeah,
I'm watching that, and even to get the shots he was getting takes practice. He just didn't go out there and say, "Oh yeah, I'll just do this." He practiced on those probably a dozen batteries, probably.
Yeah, we were talking about this. We had Ross on the show, and I just said to him, "Now, when you're filming, do you sort of like plan first and then shoot?" Yeah. So with me, I just put the drone up and everything. Now, what should I do? Let's go over there. Let's go over there. Let's go over there. And then I end up with about an hour per video. I think, well, let's have a look now. So we've got about 2 minutes of video there.
It's like the locations we go to. We'll go down there umpteen times, and you will get a good video out of it in the end. Especially like the mines, or down to where we went on Thursday, Jackie. We'll go down 3 or 5 times. So it will come up.
I laugh all the time how people I meet people and I tell them I fly drones, and all my friends that I grew up with, like you should start a business. And I think to myself, no, I don't. That's work. It's fun. And to be that good at it to start a business, you have to put a lot of time in. And I just told you, I fly once a week.
Pressure. I just like flying for myself.
Yeah,
it's fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
I must be the only person every time I fly my drone is like the first time. I'm a virgin drone flyer every time. I fly up here. Oh, he's taking off. What do I do now?
Oh my
Oh, dear. Oh, it's not funny. I need to retire and do what Marcus does. Just go over there flying every day.
Well, that's the point. I mean, I'm retired, so yeah I can do whatever I want, essentially, most of the time. And Gary as well. That's that advantage.
We love it, don't we, Marcus?
Oh, man. It's just, work is so overrated.
Yeah.
Yeah. What can I say? Anyway, it's come to that time. I think. Do you?
Oh no!
Yeah. Oh no. He hates his.
Hang on.
I'll just play it. Yeah, you got your joke ready, Terry?
And now it's time for Terry's Joke of the Week.
Something different this week, he said. Steve, roll VT!
Mind your leg. That's unbelievable.
Terry's Joke of the Week.
When I came back and I was going through my footage, I showed it to Linda. I said, "Oh, look at this!" And then I thought, "I know what I'm going to do."
Sorry, Jackie. We have to keep.
Funny. We did laugh.
Did you know about that, Marcus? Marcus, was you? I think you wasn't there, was it?
No.
So it was only me, Terry, and DeMarco.
I wasn't in on that one. Something funny about that joke, though, it kind of made me feel like I needed to use the toilet. I'm not sure why.
But just play it once more, bro.
It was so funny though with the water, because I was trying to film it to get a soundtrack, and I wanted so I was going to film with the drone on the seaward side of the water coming in, and then cut to the cave and get all the noise and everything. And then the next thing I know is someone sticks their camera right there. Get out of it! Oh, it was so funny.
Hi, coast to coast drones.
Hey, Bill.
Jackie drone fishing.
It was my 360 camera down the hole, and that's the shot I use at the start of my latest little video.
It is great. It is an awesome piece of footage.
Obviously,
when I saw that on your footage, I couldn't stop laughing. I thought you were going to what's coming next. Oh, I'll tell you what, Junior, though, if she'd have fallen down that hole, then no getting her back at all.
We'd like to show it in two pieces, wouldn't we? I thought it was going to fall in. When I looked at the footage, Terry, I thought to myself, well, how soaked does Jackie actually get here? I
also got completely soaked arse as well because it splashed me up the arse. I look like I've wet myself for about half hour, didn't I?
Oh,
At least you had a nice sunny day to dry you off.
Yeah.
There was lots of Spanish people around. That's why you were sitting down all the time. There's always Spanish people around.
You see what happens to Marco? You see, this is what happens.
Yeah.
There is not going to have a drone show like this. I'm sure there isn't.
Because all those Spaniards would have seen her walking around and they go, "Hey, those Brits aren't potty trained."
I was.
Jackie, you're braver than me because I wouldn't have got that close.
Oh, I didn't know it was going to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, the question is, why did it? Why did that actually happen? Why did that?
It's just the waves hitting the
There's
rock
quite a
underneath.
swell. There's a huge swell coming up, and it was infrequent. And of course, Jackie thought it was safe enough to do it, but it wasn't.
I didn't. I just walked up. I just thought we were looking for a hole, watching the sea coming in and out.
Yeah.
I forgot that every seventh wave is a massive one. And
Have you never seen that film? What is that film there where they're counting the waves?
tsunami.
When they're stuck in an island in a prison and they're trying to work out how to escape.
Oh, Papillon.
That's the one.
Yeah.
They're saying they're sort of counting what he says. You know, they say they can't get off this island because obviously there's.
No, that was Escape from Alcatraz.
Yeah.
It was. I can't think who it was there. It was in the film.
Oh, maybe. All these prison escape movies really get
Alcatraz. Escape from Alcatraz.
Great Escape. One of my favourite films. Great Escape. Trying to jump in a motorbike over the barbed wire fence.
Oh yes, Queen.
I can't spell my typing. It's terrible. Now I have the same problem.
Oh yeah, Bathheart. Braveheart.
Bathheart.
Well, I thought it might be a word. It probably is a word. It probably means something. But Gary's now going, so good night, Gary, and
See you, Gary.
Good night, Gary.
Stay safe, fly safe, and all that. Yep.
Hi, John Boy.
Yeah. Nah, Jumbo. Thought Marcus was going to answer it.
You wait till I see you, Terry.
Pardon?
You wait till I next see you in person.
I told you I don't have that date, and I'm going to use it. I couldn't not use that one. It's so funny.
There's nothing to do with me, Jackie, at all.
I'd have reached down and pulled your camera.
Guilty by association.
Yeah, Terry just said, "You want to show this video of Jackie this week?" Went, okay.
All right.
Really twisted your arm, didn't he?
Yeah, oh, he did.
Yeah.
He said he'd pay me. What's his phone?
Oh, dear.
So anyway, so let's recap what we've done tonight. So obviously check out Kim's brilliant new video.
Yes, go and watch that.
And yeah, it's really worth watching if you're interested. That sort of thing. Well, whether you are or whether you're not, you know, I think it's very well done, and it's so it's got so much information there. And I think, as Kim says in the video, that obviously he's taking the time to sort of understand, well, research it. You know, I mean, he wasn't that sort of, he's no expert on it, but he's researched on what he's done there, and it's really worth watching. So, yeah,
he's made us wait for it, hasn't he, while he's perfected it? So,
well, I'm trying to think when he was on the show now. I mean, it was, grief, he must
Quite a while back, wasn't it?
About 3 months ago. Yeah, it was about 3 months ago. I'm sure it was. It might be, but it's certainly worth the wait. So it's 40, just under 42 minutes. Just under 42 minutes long. So
Wow.
yeah, watch that. So when you get off here, well, Marcus has got time because it's daytime for him. Unless you or he go flying, Marcus, or
probably not today because it's a little bit windy. So yeah.
So.
I'll watch it tomorrow because it feels like it's 11 o'clock here, and
It's very dark out, isn't it?
yeah.
Kim said it's only 6 weeks ago. Are you sure?
There you
Kim?
go. Oh yeah, not so.
Yeah. But in 6 weeks, you've done a cracking job, Kim. So that's got to be one of the best video, if not the best video Kim's done. I would say, apart from the train ones. Kim, you gonna let me know when the train comes over the track next? And I've discovered another aqueduct. I want to go. No, not aqueduct, viaduct. I want to go and film, which is only in Essex. So it's only about 30 miles from here, so 30, 40 miles. So
well, next time you go to Spain, we'll take you to two really good ones.
Yes, 4 eyes, 5 eyes.
I can't wait till we come back to Spain again. But yeah.
Jeannie's got a relevant comment there, I think.
We're 900 days and going.
Wow. Is it really 900 days, Jeannie? Wow, that's.
She never has bad weather. Wherever she is, that's where everybody needs to go and live.
Yeah.
How many batteries is she going through?
Well, I think it's 3. Is it 3 drones Jeannie's got, or is it 2? I can't remember what she said now. And she flies.
3.
Yeah, and she flies. I think she said she flies all of them. When she goes to a lab somewhere, she flies all of them.
Yeah.
And I can't remember, Jeannie, you're in Tennessee, is that right?
Jeannie?
Yeah.
No, she's originally from New York, isn't she, Jeannie?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember. There's so many people, I don't know where they all live.
Yes, Knoxville, she says.
Yeah, Knoxville, Tennessee.
Okay, there you go.
That's a beautiful area.
Yes, it is actually. Yeah. Hilly.
So, DeMarco, you're from Arkansas?
I live here now, yes.
Right. But you've been sort of... where do you originate from, DeMarco?
Right outside of Chicago.
Right.
A town called Glendale Heights. Yes.
I always wanted to go to Chicago. There's so much history in Chicago. Well, I'm sure there's so much history in a lot of states in America, but Chicago is one of those places. It's
So I always tell people that I have never been to well, I've landed on an airplane in Chicago, but never really been to Chicago. But I kind of feel like I know the streets. Does anybody remember a video game? Oh, this is probably at least 10 or 15 years ago, called Midtown Madness. The whole game was racing around the streets of Chicago. I remember driving at 100 miles an hour to the end of the Navy Pier and turning around and going back. That was a good way to learn the streets of Chicago.
Yeah, true. It's true.
That was on PlayStation 1.
It was a long time ago. Midtown Madness. That's an old game.
Let's see. I was living there. I was living downtown when they were filming the Batman movies, the last trilogy with what's his name?
Oh, I know you're talking about. If you hadn't said that, I'd have been able to remember.
Yeah,
but anyway.
But like I would be going into work at 5:36 in the morning, and so like when I was going into work, they were always wrapping up, and for months I'd be like, "What is going on?" Because like we didn't know what was going on, but like I'd be driving in, I'd be taking a train, and all these trucks are wrapping stuff up, and then I found out after the movie came out, oh, they were filming Batman.
Wow.
Because you never know, do you? I mean, they don't make you sort of like...
No, they don't put up a sign, oh yeah, we're filming Batman.
yeah. And then you got to tell everyone else, and they'll be able to film Batman. We put down.
Everybody will turn up.
Yeah.
Christian Bale.
But here, I'll tell you this, I've been going there for a while, 10 years. I've never flown my drone in the city.
Well.
And whenever I'm back, I'm either working or doing something with the family, though. So I think next month I'm going back for something, though. So I'm taking probably the Autel just in case of just the flying restriction pops up.
That's for you, Jackie.
And I'll drive it. I'll fly that to when I'm
Right, well, the time's come to say goodnight for another night. And DeMarco, thanks for coming on again.
Thanks for having me.
Great as always. Right. And thanks for everyone for watching tonight. So, Kim, come watch Kim's video. And yeah.
Absolutely.
And from us, it's a good night. And from them.
thank you for joining us tonight on the Drone Seekers Sunday Show. It's good night from us until next time. Stay safe and fly safe.